Everyone, it's Patty. Thanks for joining. Today we're going to make this cute little treat holder. I copied this. I was at a Stampin' Up! Event and somebody had these on displays and I took some pictures and kind of figured out how to make it. The size of it, I have some of the Ghirardelli candy in there. And I decided I would make my own, and I have little Hershey's nuggets in here. So this is the one we're going to make today. I would love to give credit to this because I think it's adorable, but I don't know who it was that made it, so I apologize to whoever you are. But we're going to make it with the shaded spruce and the Perfectly Plaid Designer Series paper, and I am using my brand new trimmer. So we're going to get started with the measurements. Now what I do is I make a template, I check it out, try to figure out how to make it, and write my numbers on it. So I'm going to keep this stuff up here. I will also have it on my blog, pspapercrafts.com. Hopefully you can see this. So I'm going to, was an 8.5 by 11, and I'm cutting down, this is the 8.5 side. So I'm just going to cut just a little over 2, or a little under 2 inches, because I want to use the punch, and the punch, if you go all the way up to 2 inches, it's a little bit tight. So let me just make sure I'm in camera here. So I'm going to go just a hair underneath it. I'm going to close this down and cut this. So this is the punch I'm talking about. It's the widest is 2 inches, but if you go up to 2 inches, you just might have a little trouble with it. So, and then I'm going to do my scoring. So I'm going to score at 3 3/4 and 4 3/4. So here's 3 3/4. Nope, there's 3 3/4. I have to get used to this. It's a little bit different than the old one. I want to make sure I'm not using my cutting blade, but my scoring blade. And then 4 3/4. So this just gives you an inch on the bottom, and then you have your sides. So we'll take this, let me just fold it up, and you've got your box here, or your thing, whatever it is, container. So I'm going to just put this in here. You could look through the back if you wanted. It'd be good to open it first. And just slide it on up and punch it out. And then same thing with the other side. Just slide it in, go all the way in, punch it. Okay, so now we have our little holder. Now what I like to do with this, once I have it, is to use one of these little clips to hold it together so that I can work with it. Next, I'm going to use my piece of cherry cobbler, and this I want to be 6.5 inches wide, and then I'm going to score it in different places. So let's do, let me open this up. So this has the arm that comes out, so you can open it up and go up to over 17 inches. That's pretty good. So let me just put this here, and we're going to do, this was 3/4 of an inch. Wow, I'm having difficulty here fitting everything in. So 3/4 of an inch, and we'll just close this down and cut it. And then I want to go out 6.5 inches. Just take that off. Then I want to score it, so get rid of that, at 1.5. And I'm going to slide it to 2.5, and then slide it to 4.5, and then 5.5. And the way I have this measured is that there's a piece that's going to be in the front that we're going to stamp our ho ho ho. I think we're done with this, so let's put this away. Okay, So now I'm going to just fold it here and here, just so that I can do my ho ho ho. And I got that from the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. I thought that was cute. And I have it mounted. So I'm going to just stamp it in Versamark. And let me just wipe it off with my embossing buddy. And that helps you to keep the Versamark just where you want it, and the embossing powder. So when you emboss it, you don't have embossing powder all over the place. It kind of helps with the static. So I want to put this kind of low and center it right between those fold lines. It's a little bit hard to see, but it's not too bad. And then I'm going to take my embossing powder. Let me get that out. And I just keep it in a little tub here. And this is white embossing powder. And I'll just spoon it over the ho ho ho. Just spoon it over again. Make sure it's got good coverage. And then if you have anything that's you don't want to melt, because what we're going to do is heat this and it will melt it. So you just take a paintbrush and you could just wipe away any excess powder. So let's get my heat tool, and this will be pretty quick, and I'll just speed it up so you don't have to listen to the sound. So there you go. Cute, right? Kind of pops it right off the paper. So now we're going to put this together, and what I did was I put a little adhesive right across here to hold it to this, and I used my liquid glue. You can use whatever adhesive you want. You're not really holding anything together, and I just put it in place, and I held it from the behind just to get it all stuck down. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to put a little here and a little here, so I just have it on those edges, and I'm just going to put it there and kind of hold it up in place, and the same thing with here. So you just want to hold it for just a few seconds until it dries in place. It's a little bit, as it goes up, it gets narrower, so it's a little bit, not that it's hard to do, but you just have to give it a minute. Then I'm going to take a piece of the gold foil gold foil sheet, and I'm going to use a 2-inch punch, and we're going to just, I hate to waste this, so I try to go edge to edge. I tried it with a 2 1/4 inch, and I thought it was a little bit too big, so this one is a 2-inch. This is a 2-inch also. I just fed it back in and tried it again. And then I'm using a piece of the Perfectly Plaid Designer Series paper. It's got lots of cherry cobbler and shaded spruce and then gold lines through it, so it's really pretty. And I'm taking the punch that goes along with that suite. It's a tree punch. And I'll just feed this in here and punch it out. See, the back is cute too. You could do either way. There's lots of choices with that plaid. I love the plaid. And then I'm going to put this down with some dimensionals. And I'm putting them a little bit toward the center. I don't want to go too far on the edge because the circle is a slight bit wider. It hangs over just a tiny bit, not much. And I just want to make sure I don't have dimensionals hanging out on the side. So take them off and put this down. I love the gold. It really gives it a nice look. And then I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the tree. Just 2 will do it. It doesn't have to really be top to bottom there. And we'll put the tree on. And there you have it. This just helps me keep it in place. And then I use this really pretty ribbon, which is, it's the green. Actually, this is not the ribbon. Hold on a second. Let me get the right ribbon. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I grabbed the wrong ribbon. I like this one. This is the striped ribbon, and it has the gold in it. So it's shaded spruce with gold, and I think it just pulls it all together. This would be pretty, but, well, it's not even the right green. What is this? This is gourd green. So we'll put that aside. And I'm just going to cut a piece of this and feed it through. And actually, we're going to do the candies. So I just took some Hershey nuggets. I have a couple of them done. And these are just the different plaids. And I just have one more. And what I did was I put it around the back. It's 1 inch by 3 1/4, I believe. But I will have that on my blog. And you could actually stick it to the candy, which I didn't do, but I think that might be a good idea. So I just took my glue dots, and if you just press it down on the paper, it will pick one up. You can put it here and then wrap it around. I did not do that on the others, but I think that is good. And then I'll just put another couple of glue dots here. So if you just kiss it to your paper, and then you can wrap it around, and there you have it. And these will fit in if you put in 1, 2, 3. Or as I said on this one, I did the Giardella squares. I got 2 of them in there. You can't go too high with these unless you made this higher, so you don't have them falling out the side. And then I just put this through. Let me just cut the edge. Give me a point. So I put this through here. And then just pulled it through. Very easy. And then if they want to take their candy out, I think I'm going to do this again. If they want to take their candy out, they can just really kind of open it a little bit. They don't have to take the whole thing out. I'm making it harder than it is and just kind of pop their candy out. Or they could take the whole ribbon off. So anyway, these are these little candy treat things. I think they're really cute. I love the snowman. I mean, I think whoever came up with that is really brilliant. This is actually with the snowman punch and the snowman paper, and then you just add the hat and the scarf and it's really cute. If you have any questions on this, let me know, but this will be on my blog with all the measurements. All right, thanks a lot and have a good day. Bye.